Hello, future engineers, viewers, subscribers, and students. Here is a video about beam deflections to be solved by multiple methods. This is part 2. Part 1 was or has been uploaded already, and this is by moment area method or MAM or area moment method AMM. So same problem as in part 1. So we have an interhints again. Let's consider CDE. We sum up moment about C equals 0. These are the designated reactions, 0, AX. So RD times 5 equals 18 times 7 times 3.5. So R sub D is 88.2 kilonewtons. And the rest of these reactions, internal, should be confirmed or verified by you as my students, viewers, and subscribers. Those who want to learn, those who want to do your part as well so that you will learn. Do not just watch or do not say that you cannot solve these reactions. This is already structural analysis. So if you still find it difficult, I wonder why you passed statics or mechanics of materials. So you have to go back to that subject if you still do not know how to solve reactions. This is determinate and structural analysis is both for determinate and indeterminate structures. So there is an interhinge, so you can have two moment centers if you want. Select moment centers that will make the area simple and manageable, but I choose C so that there will only be one moment center. So I choose C, and the positive areas would be this purple colored shaded areas, and the negative areas are these light orange colored areas. So let me explain first. So we have 90, right? Couple. Then 334 over 3 times 4. We have 1336 over 3 EI. There is over EI, but I just uh, hide it. Anyway, EI is just treated 1. Then, of course, 728 over 15 times 6 is 291.2. 728 over 15 times 10 is 1456 over 3. Then, uh, 90, 334 over 3 times 4, that's 1336 over 3. 88.2 times 5, so we have 441 over EI supposedly. Then for the negative areas, uh, I already explained this for this reaction. Then due to 25 kilonewton load, 25 times 2 is 50. That's triangular. Then for this 18 kilonewton per meter spanning 5 meters, we have 18 times 5 times 2.5. That's 225 over EI, and it is second degree. For this remaining load, at D, we have 18 times 2 times 1, so 36. Then extend, because we imagine there is a concentrated load here, and the couple is 36. It is second degree. Then for the concentrated load, which is 18 times 2, 36. 36 times 5, so they have a moment of 180. So that is the complete moment diagram by parts with selected moment center point C. So first, my plan is to solve for theta B so that we can compute theta C left and deflection at C. So to solve for theta B, we consider AB. Let's compute deviation of point A relative to the tangent at B. I will not draw the tangent yet. Let's find out if the sign is positive or negative. So we just consider this area. So it is 90 times 6. EI, division of A relative to B, is equal to 90 times 6 minus 1 half of 6 times 291.2 times 4. Because we sum up moments, we take moment about A, the first letter here. So division of A relative to B is negative 1874.4. So that means point A is below the reference tangent at B. So let's draw the tangent at B. Reference tangent at B should be above A. So that division of A relative to B is negative, or A is below that reference tangent. So this is theta B, that's also theta B. Theta B is expected negative. It is negative from the figure shown because it is sloping down to the right or up to the left or crossing the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant where tangent function is negative or the tangent rotates clockwise. Remember, counterclockwise rotation is positive, just like in trigonometry. So it is negative, so that's why we have theta b equals the negative absolute value of deviation of A relative to B, or though it is already negative, divided by 6. Remember, tangent theta B is simply theta B because theta B is small, opposite over adjacent. So theta B is negative of absolute value of deviation of A relative to B. So negative of positive 1874.4 divided by 6 EI. So theta B is equal to negative 312.4 over EI. Next, let's compute deviation of C left relative to the tangent at B so that we can position point C if it is above or below the reference tangent. But definitely it is below the x-axis. So let's consider area between B and C, this areas here, and we sum up moment about C left because we compute deviation EI division of C left relative to the tangent at B. And that is for this area 1/2 of 4 times 1336 over 3. The moment arm is 4/3 because we sum up moment at C plus 90 times 4 times 2, which is that. Then this is the moment of this area. Then minus, let's divide this trapezoidal area here into two parts, triangular, this small triangle and this big triangle. For the small triangle, minus 1/2, 4 times 291.2, then 2/3 of 4 is 8/3. Then for the big triangle, 1/2 of 4 times 1456 over 3 times 4/3. Then for this small triangle, 1/2 of 2 times 50, 1/3 of 2 or 2/3. So calculating deviation of C left relative to B is negative. What does that mean? It means that the hinge is below the reference tangent at B. So it is somewhere here. And the vertical distance between that reference tangent and this final position of C is division of C left relative to B. So it's negative because this point C, final position of C, is below the reference tangent at B. The vertical deviation of C relative, the vertical deviation of C is this distance is equal to the deflection at C, which is negative because it is below the x-axis or horizontal axis. Now, what is this vertical distance? Of course, we have a right triangle here. Distance is 4. So this is 4 times theta b. And this is deviation of C left relative to B. The entire vertical distance is delta C. So delta C is negative. It is negative of absolute value of 4 times theta B. Absolute value of that is positive, plus absolute value of deviation of C relative to B. So negative of quantity, positive values here because we have absolute value. So negative of absolute value 4 times theta B plus absolute value of deviation of C relative to B. Calculating, it is negative 6668 over 3 EI, or that's negative 22222.667 over EI, which is the same answer as in part 1 by double integration. Next is we draw line through this final position to B, and from the reference tangent at B to that line there, it is clockwise. Clockwise rotation is negative. So EI theta BC left is equal to the area between moment diagram between B and C. So we just copy this value here and we remove the moment arms. So 90 times 4, 1 half of 4 times 1336 over 3, minus 1 half of 4 times 291.2, minus 1 half of 4 times 1456 over 3, then minus 1 half of 2 times 50. And theta BC left is equal to negative 352.4 over EI. That's the angle between the tangent at B and the line through, or the tangent at C left to B as shown. So this is theta BC left. Negative because from the tangent at B to the tangent at C left, the rotation is clockwise, negative clockwise. Since the entire angle here is theta B, this entire angle is theta C left, and it is negative also. So it is negative of quantity absolute value of theta B plus absolute value of theta BC left. So theta C left is equal to negative of quantity absolute value of theta B. So negative 312.4 over EI, negative of absolute value of this, so it's still negative of that value. Then plus negative of absolute value of theta BC left, so it is still plus or minus, rather negative of quantity, so you can combine. So theta C left is equal to negative 664.8 over EI, which is the same results as in part 1. Then let's compute deviation of C right relative to the tangent at D. I will not show the tangent line yet. Let's determine the sign. So that's the moment of areas between C and D with respect to C. So EI, deviation of C right relative to the tangent at D, is there's only one positive area. 1 half of 5 times 441 times 5 thirds minus 1 third of 5 times 225 times 5 fourths, then minus 36 times 5 times 2.5 minus 1 half of 5, 180 times 5 thirds. So computing, it is equal to positive 168.75. positive means final position of C is above the reference tangent at D. So if this is the reference tangent at D, this hinge should be above that reference tangent as shown. So this is deviation of C right relative to D. And therefore, the this theta D here can now be solved. It is positive, sloping up to the right, or the line intersects the first quadrant and the third quadrant where the tangent function is positive. So the slope is positive. So that's theta D, theta D. Theta D is opposite, absolute value of the opposite because this is negative and theta D is positive. So absolute value of this delta C and absolute value of deviation of C right relative to D combined divided by 5. So theta D is absolute value of 6668 over 3, so positive, plus absolute value of 168.75, which is still positive, divided by 5. So theta D is equal to 28697 over 60 EI. Now, what is theta C right? So theta C right is equal to theta D minus theta C right D, which can be computed by copying this equation and we remove the moment arms. So that's theta C right. This is the angle between the tangent at C right and at D is theta C right D, which is this. So since C right to tangent at D is counterclockwise, this is the tangent at C right, lower. Then this is the tangent at D. So from the tangent at C right, it's the left, to D, it is counterclockwise. So we expect that's positive. So EI, theta C right D is, again, we just remove, we just copy this and remove the moment arms. And it is equal to 97.5 over EI. Finally, theta C right is theta D, absolute value of theta D minus absolute value of theta CRD. So 28697 over 60, that's theta D, then minus 97.5, and theta C right is 22847 over 60 EI, or 380.783 over EI, which is the same answer as before. Now for the portion DE, that's the tangent at D, and we already solved theta D to 8697 over 60 EI. Then let's compute uh, EI division of E relative to the tangent at D. Remember, that's the moment diagram for the portion DE only, negative. So EI division of E relative to the tangent at D is negative of 1/3, 2 times 36. Moment arm with respect to E is 3/4 of 2, or 1.5, because this is 2 over 4.5. So 1.5 from E. And it is equal to negative 36 over EI. Negative means the final position of E is below the reference tangent at D. But because, let's magnify that first, because this distance from original position of E to the reference tangent at D is 2 times theta D, and 2 times theta D is absolutely greater than this value. So E is somewhere here. So this is 2 theta D. This is because deviation of E relative to D is negative. E is below the reference tangent but not below the original E because it is only 36 over EI and 2 theta D is greater. So it is somewhere here. E is here. Then this is deviation of E relative to D. So this distance, vertical distance is delta E. Delta E is positive as shown in the figure. And it is 2 theta D, absolute value of 2 theta D minus absolute value of deviation of E relative to D. That's delta E, which is expected positive. For theta E, because this is E, draw line from D to E, tangent at E. This is theta DE, tangent at D to tangent at E. Then that's theta DE clockwise. So this is expected negative because there is negative. Then this is theta E. So let's solve for theta E first. EI theta DE is simply the area 1/2 of 2 times negative 36, or sorry, 1/3 second degree, 1/3 of 2 times 36 negative. So it is negative 24 over EI because it is clockwise from D. So obviously theta E is theta D, absolute value of theta D, minus absolute value of theta DE. So theta E is positive. It is also inclined up to the right, down to the left, crossing the first and the third quadrant. So theta E is positive. Theta E is absolute value of theta D minus absolute value of theta DE, which is 24. So theta E is 257 over 60 EI, or 454.283 over EI, which is the same as before. Finally, delta E is positive of absolute value 2 theta D minus absolute value of deviation of E relative to D, which is that. So it is equal to 27617 over 30 EI, or 920.567 over EI. So that's it for this second part.